No walls, no castle, just a hill covered in mud. And yet, money is already disappearing faster than in a war. A steward writes numbers he doesn't understand anymore. Because before a single stone is placed, the project is already bleeding wealth. And most lords never realized. A castle doesn't start with stone. It starts with debt. Before the first mason arrives, everything is already decided. Quarries measured, roads inspected, villages counted, not for people, but for resources. Because one wrong distance changes everything. A quarry just a few miles too far, and transport costs explode for years. Wagons, oxen, repairs, drivers, feed. Stone is cheap. Moving it is not. And medieval builders knew this better than anyone. They were not building castles. They were building supply chains. A single block of stone does nothing until it moves. And movement is where wealth disappears. Every wagon breaks. Every road turns to mud. Every journey consumes time, animals, and labor. Archaeology shows abandoned castles where construction stopped, not at the walls, but at the math. Because at some point, it became cheaper to stop than to continue. And that is the moment most lords feared most. Not invasion, but calculation. At sunrise, the site wakes. Smoke, iron, wood, noise. But every worker is a running expense. Not peasants alone. Skilled professionals, masons, carpenters, blacksmiths, highly trained, highly paid, irreplaceable. One mistake in stone cutting can weaken an entire wall, so skill costs money. But wages create pressure. Workers must be paid daily, fed daily, supplied constantly. If money pauses, everything pauses, but costs do not. This is where castles become dangerous, not in war, in cash flow. The walls rise slowly. Wooden scaffolding clings to unfinished towers. Smoke drifts from the lime kilns. Wagons arrive constantly, rarely with stone alone, but with food. Because before a castle builds anything, it must be fed. Hundreds of workers eat every day: bread, ale, salted meat, grain, firewood, animal feed. A castle under construction produces nothing. No taxes, no tolls, no income, only cost. And that cost never stops. Even when rain turns roads into mud, even when wagons break, even when harvests fail, work slows, but wages, supplies, and animals still cost money. The result is a constant pressure system. Delayed work increases total cost, while stopping work creates no savings. Medieval builders responded the only way they could: logistics. Granaries were filled in good years. Supply networks were spread across villages. Multiple estates contributed grain, so one failure could not collapse the system. Because if workers stop eating, they stop building, and everything stops. The real cost was not only food, it was everything needed to move materials. Walk into a forest before sunrise. Axes fall into oak trees. Horses drag trunks through mud. Carpenters inspect timber before it leaves the forest. A castle is called stone built, but without wood, nothing rises. Wood becomes scaffolding, cranes, roofs, doors, bridges, tools, and it disappears in enormous quantities. But forests are not free resources. They are economic systems. Timber feeds villages, warms homes, builds ships, produces charcoal for blacksmith. Cut too much, and you destroy future income. So woodland use was carefully managed in cycles. Some areas harvested, others protected. Every oak had an alternative future. A beam in a castle meant a lost ship, barn, or mill. The same logic applied to everything. Iron for tools and chains, lead for roofs, rope for lifting stone, leather for harnesses. Every material created a chain of expenses far beyond the quarry, and every choice removed another possibility. As construction grows, so does complexity. The castle is no longer just a building site. It becomes the largest economic system in the region. Skilled masons, carpenters, and blacksmiths are essential and expensive. Their wages are high because their skills cannot be replaced easily. One bad cut in stone can weaken an entire structure. One mistake in timber can delay months of work. So lords pay not just for labor, but for precision. But wages create a second problem: continuity. Workers need food daily, tools need replacement, animals need care. So payments must never stop. That forces medieval administrators to build detailed accounting systems, tracking deliveries, wages, supplies, and shortages with surprising precision. Because when cash flow stops, construction stops. And when construction stops, costs do not. The castle either keeps moving forward, or it quietly drains a lord's entire wealth. By the time stone begins to dominate the skyline, something irreversible has already happened. The lord is no longer just building a fortress. He is managing a region-wide economic operation. Forests, villages, roads, and craftsmen are all part of one system. And that system will either complete the castle or collapse under its own weight. Because even before the first attack arrives, the real battle has already been fought, and the enemy is not outside the walls. It is the cost of raising them. Years pass. The scaffolding is gone. Stone replaces timber. Silence replaces noise. The castle is finished. And only now begins the part that makes the entire investment make sense. Most lords did not build castles for war alone. They built them for control. Around the walls, life begins to shift. Merchants prefer safer routes. Markets grow under protection. Farmers bring goods to trade instead of risking distant towns. Every entry through the gatehouse can mean income. Every market day becomes revenue. The castle is no longer just a cost. It becomes an economic engine. Built at a crossroads or river, it quietly redirects trade itself. Security turns into profit. Power turns into money. But this system only works under one condition: peace. And peace is never guaranteed. A rider arrives. The mood inside the walls changes instantly. An enemy force is approaching. Everything built during years of construction now reveals its purpose. The deep well ensures water. The granary prevents hunger. Workshops repair weapons. Storehouses hold supplies. Nothing here is random. Every system was designed for this moment. The same logistics that fed builders now feed defenders. The same planning that organized stone deliveries now organizes survival. A castle is not just stone. It is coordination turned into architecture. This is why many castles endured sieges that could have broken lesser strongholds. Not because walls were perfect, but because systems were prepared. Stand back from the hill where everything began. It is easy to admire the final structure, towers, walls, strength, but the real cost is invisible. Every stone once moved through an entire economy. Forests were managed. Villages supplied labor. Oxen pulled wagons across broken roads. Masons, carpenters, and blacksmiths shaped every detail. Every decision had a price attached to it. Cut one tree for a beam, lose another future use. Hire skilled labor, pay higher wages. Move stone farther, multiply transport costs. The castle did not just consume money, it consumed choices. And many lords discovered too late that ambition and resources do not always grow at the same speed. Some castles were completed. Many were left unfinished, not because of war, but because the mathematics stopped working. Today, we see only the result: a standing fortress, a symbol of power, a monument of stone. But behind it lies something far larger. A decades-long system of planning, labor, logistics, and risk. The keep did not rise because of strength alone. It rose because of organization, because thousands of people working across forests, villages, quarries, and workshops made thousands of small decisions that all pointed toward one impossible goal: building something that would outlast them. Some lords became stronger because of it. Others were financially broken by it. But all of them learned the same truth. A castle was never just built. It was financed, supplied, managed, and survived into existence. And in the end, the greatest enemy was never outside the walls. It was always the cost of raising them.